Yellarigo Namaskara. Good evening to everyone, Mr. Jitu, Mr. Ravi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my absolute pleasure to be here at the Embassy REIT Office Connect Initiative. I don't know whose idea it was to have a politician speak after such a fantastic musical performance. But since now I'm on stage and there's no escape, let me try to engage you for the next couple of minutes. Very rightly put, Human by Design, Redefining Talent book. I think what you saw behind me in the musical performance was definitely human by design. But they redefined the entire playbook. They had the mridangam, they had the electronic sitar, they had great vocals, they had tablas, they had drums. He even used his cheeks. He used his hands. We used our hands. So probably in a very, very small way, it was redefining talent playbook, which no AI can teach us. Having said that, Bengaluru is often described as India's most restless idea, a city that refuses to stand still, a city that constantly reinvents for its people. From being a pensioner's paradise, today we are one of the most disruptive cities in the world. Today, Bengaluru is the fifth largest city when it comes to AI. We have the highest AI skill penetration, followed by United States and Germany. We rank second globally in AI specialists and number 3 in research publications. We are the fourth largest technology cluster in the world. We are number 8 in the global startup ecosystem. We have the fifth largest unicorn hub in the world. Our startup ecosystem, just the Bengaluru and the Karnataka ecosystem, is worth a whopping $300 billion. And what's really interesting is that 25% of the tech startups in Bengaluru leverage deep tech. We are the world's engineering R&D services market, and Bengaluru alone accounts for over 40% of India's research and development workforce. Hyderabad and Pune put together contribute 26%. Delhi NCR accounts for 13% of the talent pool. And Karnataka is leading the GCC revolution with over 1,000 units as of today. Our IT exports are set to cross by next week more than 5.5 lakh crores. The closest comes Hyderabad, and I'm assuming that they will be crossing 2.5 lakh crores. Bengaluru led all the markets with office space leasing. Mr. Verwari will be a better advocate of this than me. But data says that in 2025, India's office leasing hit a record of 86.5 million square feet. And Bengaluru led that market with 29 million square feet. And 63% of all of that was taken by GCCs alone. And today, Bengaluru has close to around 215 million square feet of grade A office buildings, by far the largest stock in India. Yet, I get forwards, I get messages, I get asked by media that Mumbai is catching up, Hyderabad is my competition, Delhi is catching up, Andhra Pradesh is very close on my heels, and Gujarat is leading. I don't know how, whereas the data speaks something else. Because I don't know if you see the newspapers, every time an investment goes to Andhra Pradesh, the first thing I get is trolled on my X or on my LinkedIn saying, Priyank Kharge should resign. Why is AP getting Google hyperscale? What they will not tell you is that they have given 21,000 crores in subsidy. State GST is free. Water tariff, power tariff is closed for the next 10 years. Land is free. Now, just imagine us doing that. Then the next day's headline is going to be Priyank is giving away subsidies, another freebie, sixth guarantee of Priyank flops. So either ways I get this, but I'm saying, where is the competition? Yes, we have problems. I mean, every city does, every state does. And I think we are trying to manage things in a much better way than others. And Karnataka leads. It just does not, it leads in ideas, it leads in talent, it leads in technology, it leads in enterprise. And now I think Karnataka will lead in funding of innovation for generations as well. And I think this is something that no state is thinking about, but I think today, industry leaders and the government should ask the question whether we are ready to take the next big leap. Are we ready to go up the supply value chain, the demand value chain? And if yes, I think we have to start treating innovation not just as an annual expenditure, but we need to build it as a permanent engine of prosperity. I think that is something that Karnataka is ready to do. And the government of Karnataka is trying to solve this problem. What do you mean by permanent or a perpetual funding mechanism for innovation? I think if we are able to work together, the government, the private sector, the corporates, I think we will be having a great ecosystem that will nourish just not the Karnataka ecosystem, but also the global ecosystem. So government of Karnataka is trying to solve this problem by bringing out an infinite innovations initiative. Laji, how are you? Sorry, I didn't see you. So this is very interesting for you. So we are trying to bring out the infinite innovations initiative, and I'm extremely hopeful that this will be the new architecture, not just for Karnataka, but also for India. For too long, governments everywhere have spoken the language of innovation, incubators, centers of excellence, startups, skilling, R&D, deep tech, transnational research. But too often what happens is the funding disappears. The momentum slows down, and good ideas are left waiting for the next budget. And I think Karnataka should not wait for the future, but we must start financing the future. We must start building the future. And that is exactly what the Infinite Ideas Initiative is going to do. And this initiative asks a very powerful question. And I'm sure this will interest a lot of people who have built Bengaluru with office parks, office spaces, and IT parks. The question is, why should public land remain passive when it can become productive? Why should valuable land lie underutilized when it can build IT parks, innovation parks, R&D campuses, electronics clusters, biotech-ready zones, startup complexes, and industrial parks? Why should public assets merely exist when they can work for public ambition? This is the power of Infinite Innovations Initiative. We take dormant value and turn it into dynamic value. We take land and turn it into infrastructure. We take infrastructure and turn it into revenue. And we take revenue and turn it towards skilling, research, startups, jobs, and global competitiveness. And I think this initiative is just not about land disposal, but it is state building. This is not about monetization for consumption, but this is for monetization for creation. This is not selling the future, but this is for building the future. And what makes this model truly transformative is the principle of ring fencing. We are coming up with a Section 8 company, a society, where every rupee generated through lease premiums, rentals, profit shares, dividends, and monetization proceeds is to be dedicated exclusively for innovation, exclusively for research and development, exclusively for centers of excellence, exclusively to elevate startup funding for incubators, accelerators, for research, for technology commercialization, and more importantly, for advanced skilling for frontier technology missions. And I think this initiative can happen nowhere else in India but in my state of Karnataka and in my city of Bengaluru. It's about, and it's just not about Bengaluru. Karnataka has so much potential. It can go beyond Bengaluru. It can go to Mysuru, Hubli, Dharwad, Mangaluru, Kalburgi, Belagavi, Shivamoga. You'll find it very surprising. There are Fortune 500, the Fortune 100 companies who are coming and asking us for grade A buildings in Mysuru and Mangaluru. We have global capabilities centers running out of Mangaluru. I think this nano growth hubs for GCCs and innovations and research is something that we have not seen earlier. And I think investment should go where talent is rather than talent come to where investments are. So I think this is an initiative that is going to change the face of Karnataka. We are going to lead, just not India, but also lead in global competitiveness. And this is something that we have been thinking about, how to ensure that Karnataka rips past ahead the other competition. And I recall my conversation last time when I met Mr. Aditya Virwani in one of the sustainable challenges, sustainable technology challenges. And we told him, I was telling that we need to start ensuring our data centers are more green. And cut 9 months, 10 months down the line, we are coming up with a sustainable green data center policy, probably the first one in India. I told him that, look, I'm also in charge of the rural development Panchayat Raj. I run the rural water supply for the entire Karnataka. I need 4,000 megawatts, 4,000 megawatts. My asset is land. I have lands everywhere across Karnataka, but I don't have power. So I was just chatting with him and saying that I think we need to start thinking about a PPP model where I give land, people come and generate electricity, green electricity, preferably solar in a BESS model. And we should be doing this in Karnataka to pay our electricity bills. And my electricity bills, by the way, in a year goes up to 3,000 crores. But my tax collection is not that much in the rural area, so it's very difficult for me to pay up the bills. Every year I go up to the government and say like, sorry, I'm not able to pay up my bills. I think you need to cross-subsidize this or give me a loan to repay this. So this time we went to the Chief Minister and said, sir, instead of waiving off 3,000 crores, give me 1,500 crores, and in probably 2 years down the line, you will be giving me nothing for electricity bill. And this budget, we announced 8,000 megawatts of green energy for RDPR. This is the point I was trying to make here is what government speaks on public forums, what government gets advice in private, we actually make it a policy. The 3P, we follow people, we understand them, we try to see how we can make it into a program or a policy. And today we will be probably the only country, the Panchayat Raj department will be the only department in the country that's producing 8,000 megawatts in the rural areas. And I think it's going to be path-breaking, and that is exactly what we intend to do with our Infinite Innovations initiative as well. I think this is a very great initiative wherein the government lands can be leveraged by the private sector, by the real estate or the real estate infrastructure trust, that investment trust that is there. We give you land, make us your partners. Together we will invest in research and development. We will invest in centers of excellence. We will invest in startups. More importantly, we will invest in the future of Karnataka. And I think Karnataka has already given India the leadership in technology, startups, research and development, and entrepreneurship. Now Karnataka will give India something even bigger, a new model of how a state funds innovations perpetually. And Karnataka will not sit on its asset. Karnataka will activate them. Karnataka will not chase the future, but will build it with confidence and with conviction. So without taking much time, thank you for your patience and attention, and I'm extremely grateful for the invitation that you have given me today, and I'm looking forward for further engagement with not just Embassy REITs, but your entire consortium to help us build a better Bengaluru, a better Karnataka, and a better India for a better world. Thank you so much for having me over. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.